All right, welcome back to another game of On Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of On Base. And in this game, we're going to have a game from the new 2025 season set. So the season that just concluded, and we're in the playoffs now. You can use this to pre-play the playoffs that are going on now, or to simply replay games or whole seasons from this past season. So today's game, we're going to have the Braves at Oakland, and we got our teams all set up. I'm going with just lineups that I picked and pitchers that I picked. So I just looked through everybody that was available and started with the guys who played the most. So that's where we are. This is not from any particular time or place within the season. This is just me putting together a lineup from the cards available. So we can go through that. For the Braves, it's going to be Profar in left, Olson at first, Acuna in right, Riley at third, Drake Baldwin, the rookie, at catcher, hitting fifth. Hitting sixth is Ozuna, the DH. Harris is in center. Albies is at second, and Nick Allen will get the start at shortstop. On the mound is Chris Sale, 288 Sierra. 24 is his stamina, and he is a lefty. For the A's, it is Jacob Wilson, Brent Rooker, at DH, Nick Kurtz at first, Tyler Soderstrom is in left, Shea Langoliers is the catcher hitting sixth, Lawrence Butler is in right he's hitting sixth, Langoliers is fifth. Andujar is at third hitting seventh, JJ Bleday is in center field hitting eighth, and Schumann is the second baseman. He'll be batting in the 9th spot. On the mound is going to be Luis Severino, right-handed pitcher, 461 Sierra, and 24 is his stamina as well. So let's get into this one. We got our 2d6 dice. We're going to read the small number first and the bigger number second. I have a camera like right here in front of my face, so I'm going to try to do this best I can. Sorry about the camera angles here lately. I broke my my overhead, and so when I was tightening it up, I guess it just had its time, and a piece fell off, and I wasn't able to repair it. So until I can get a new one, we're going to go with sort of old school and a small stand that I have, but can't get it to do overheads right now. But this is where we are. So I'll try to just hold these up as I'm doing them, and maybe you can see. Try to get them both in the camera shot at the same time. So let's go with the first batter up. It's going to be Jurickson Profar, switch hitter. So he's batting left-handed against the righty Severino. 23 is nothing off the pitcher. 23 is going to be a ground out plus. That means we need to do an error check. I need to get my D10. Sorry about that. So we got a ground out plus, and it's going to go to the catcher, and let's see if there is, in fact, an error. There's not. So Shea Langoliers is going to make the play on a little tapper out in front. So that's out number 1. Next up, Matty Olson. Olson, a good year, 31 batting runs, and he had 29 homers, 95 RBIs, 272 average, hitting for a little higher average than normal. Another 23, that's another ground out, this time to the third baseman, and no error at third. Last chance is Ronald Acuna. Acuna, 30 batting runs as well. He 403 WOBA, 3.5 WAR in just 338 bats. He had 21 homers. So he was feeling it when he came back from injury. And we got a 35. 35 is nothing here. And 35 for Acuna is a strikeout. That's a strikeout swinging. So he'll go down for the third out. And the Braves put up nothing in the first. So go to the bottom of the first. It will be Chris Sale against Wilson, Rooker, and Nick Kurtz. So Jacob Wilson, 311 average, 13 homers, 63 RBIs. 14 for him is going to be a base hit. That's a base hit to straightaway left field. Let's put it on the right place. And Jacob Wilson on at first. Just 2.9 for his speed, 3. So I'm not going to steal with him. And that'll bring up Brett Rooker. Rooker, 262 average, 30 homers, 89 RBIs, 56. That's going to be a strikeout. And that will be a strikeout swinging as he goes down on the Chris Sale slider on the inside part of the plate. I'll bring up Nick Kurtz, great rookie year, 290 average, 36 homers, 86 RBIs. A 22 could be serious trouble. It's nothing off the pitcher, and this is going to be a double or a triple if the D10 is 7 or greater. So that'll be a 2-bagger into left center field as he goes to the opposite field. And that will push the runner to third. He's a 3-speed. We're not going to have him try to advance there, so we'll let him go there. Tyler Soderstrom is up next. Soderstrom, 276 average, 25 homers, 93 RBIs. 35 for him will be a strikeout. Chris Sale bears down and gets a swinging strikeout. That's out number 2. And let's see if Sale can get out of the inning. Shea Langoliers up next, catcher, former Brave top prospect, 277 average, 31 homers, and a 24 is going to be a double play or a strikeout, and that'll be a strikeout swinging, so he gets Langoliers on a high fastball. And so we get runners to second and third, but Oakland can't get them in the first as Chris Sale strikes out the side. Sale with a 32.4% K percentage is pretty salty. And so Severino goes out for the second inning. 56 off of Severino's card is going to be another strikeout. Severino, not a huge strikeout rate, 17.6%, and has an average walk rate, maybe a little bit below average. Drake Baldwin to the plate. Baldwin, 274 average, 19 homers, 80 RBIs, a true rookie. And he is either first or second in Rookie of the Year voting, 810 OPS, and he was a catcher. So on top of that, 23 is going to be a ground out that goes to the shortstop. And that is going to be an error on the shortstop. So that's Jacob Wilson, who makes the E6. And on at first is going to be Drake Baldwin. Baldwin, no threat to steal. Brings up Marcelo Ozuna. Ozuna, 232 average, 20 homers, 68 RBIs. A 45 to him is going to be a flyout that goes out to right field down the right field line. And making the play in right is going to be Lawrence Butler. That will be out number 2. No advancement from the runner. And Michael Harris, the second to the plate. Minus 13 batting runs, 249 average, 20 homers. He did have 20 steals, so 2020 season, but that was after an amazing second half for him. One of the best hitters in the second half. 36 is going to be a flyout that goes to straightaway center field. And the center fielder is a minus, so that's going to be an error on J.J. Bleday. So he gets there, but we're going to call that an error on the center fielder and give third base to Baldwin, who would have been running on the play. And that's 2 errors in the inning for the Oakland A's. Ozzie Albies to the plate. The 12 is going to be a bouncer. A little slow chopper to first base. Picking it up is Kurtz, and he's going to flip to the pitcher. Covering, and that's going to end the threat. So the Braves get runners to the corners in the second, and they can't bring them home as Albies hits one off the top of the dirt to first base for the out. Go to the bottom of the inning. Chris Sale is going to be facing off against Butler, Andujar, and Bleday. Lawrence Butler, left-handed batter, 234 average, 21 homers, 63 RBIs. A 15 is going to be a base hit. That is a solid single to right field. And Butler's on at first. He's a 6 speed. He's worth stealing, so let's go ahead and do that. 1 to 6, he'll be safe at second. It's an 8, and he gets gunned down. So Drake Baldwin with the caught stealing. and that's going to be out number 1. Miguel Andujar. 45 to Andujar is going to be a fly out. That goes out to left center field. The catch is made in left by Profar, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 quick ones here in the bottom of the second inning for Chris Sale. JJ Bleday to the plate. Bleday, 212 average, 14 homers, 39 RBIs. He played in 98 games. A 34, that's trouble, as he laces one over Acuna's head in right field. That's going to one-hop the wall for a 2-out double for JJ Bleday. Got a little bit of a hanger there out over the plate, and Bleday did not miss it. Brings Schumann to the plate. Schumann in 100 games, 101 games, 197 average, 2 homers, 13 RBIs. A 12 is going to be a bouncer. That is hit to 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to say we're going to call that to the shortstop. I can't remember what I have on that. So, but, 6 and 7 is to the shortstop. 8 is, we'll just call 6, 7, 8 shortstop, and 9 to the second baseman. So it doesn't really matter. It goes to one of those two, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So 2-out double. Man is stranded at second base. We go to the top of the 3rd. Still no score. Nick Allen to the plate, and then back to the top of the order. A 22 for Allen is going to be either a single or a triple. It's a 9, and that's going to be a 3-bagger for Nick Allen as he laces one down the line. A little bit of trouble picking it up in the corner, and by the time he does, Nick Allen is going to be in for a stand-up triple. So a man at 3rd for Church and Profar. 45 to Profar will be a flyout, and that's going to go out to right center field. See about, I guess that's just a regular flyout. So fly out to 8, and we're going to call that an opportunity to score. Our runner at 3rd has a speed of 3. Not going to take that chance, so not far enough to advance the runner, and so we'll just let Olson try to drive him in. 12 is going to do that as Olson hits a little bouncer. And you can see it's the ground out with the arrow pointing to the right. You can see that very well, but it's pointing to the right. And that means it's a ground out with a runner advancement, so all runners are going to advance on the play. So it's a little tapper to 3rd, and it will go 5-3 on the putout. We'll give him an RBI as he drives in the run from 3rd, and that will be on a fielder's choice. So run scores on the fielder's choice, and the Braves take a 1-0 lead. Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. Acuna in his first at-bat struck out. 34, he's going to have better luck here. It's a home run or a strikeout. If the D10 is an 8 or a 9, it's a 1, and Ronald Acuna Jr. parks one as he goes yard down the left field line. And that's going to be a solo shot for Ronald. He gets a hanger, and he takes care of it to left field. It's a 2-0 lead. He had 21 homers in just 338 plate appearances, about one every, I don't know, what is that, one every 11 at-bats or so. So he was rocking it. 25 to Austin Riley. 25 is going to be a flyout. That goes out to right field. We'll do an error check. No error on the right fielder. And Butler squeezes it for out number 3. That's going to be 2 runs across for Atlanta, though, in the top of the 3rd as they take a 2-0 lead over Oakland. I wish this is what would have actually happened when they played in Oakland. I think they dropped 3 in a row, which was disheartening. Jacob Wilson, Rooker, Kurtz. Wilson with a single in his first at-bat. 45 is going to be another single as he laces one the other way to right field. He's been on base twice, and that's going to bring up Brent Rooker. Rooker, terrific player, 262 average, 30 homers, 89 RBIs, 349 WOBA, 814 OPS. 45 is going to be another base hit as he bounces one through the middle. And going to second base is going to be Jacob Wilson. That brings up Nick Kurtz with 2 on and nobody out. 1,000 OPS for Kurtz. 16 is going to be driven to left center field, deep left center field. And that'll be caught by the center fielder. No advancement there from the runners. Oh, actually there is. Fly out with the arrow means that everybody advances. So they're both going to move up. That'll put runners at second and third with 1 out. Tyler Soderstrom to the plate. Another 45, man. If they had any, if that would have been this guy here, that'd have been a home run. So Soderstrom struck out in his first at-bat. He's got a 45. A 45 to him is going to be a base knock as he hits a line drive to right field. That's going to drive in 1 run as the A's get on the board. And Rooker is a 4. So we're just going to hold him there, see if Langoliers can drive him in. They actually had, some pretty good individual performances at the plate. So things, the arrow is pointing up in Oakland or Sacramento or LA or Vegas, wherever they are. So 14. 14 is going to be another base knock as he bounces one weirdly over the third baseman's head, and Riley can't get it. And that's going to go down the left field line for a knock. That will be another RBI as he drives in the run from third. Coming home to score is Rooker. And that will push the runner to second base. So we got runners at first and second for Lawrence Butler. 26 is going to be a strikeout off a sales card as he comes back and he gets him looking. I think he was expecting the slide piece, and he got the fastball right down the middle. Brings up Andahar. Andahar's first at bat flew out to left field. 33, that's going to be a base knock off of Chris Sale's card. Normally it would have been a home run, so Sale keeps that in the park. And that will, with 2 outs, drive home the run from second. Push the runner to third. And Oakland takes a 3-0 lead as Sale, frustrated with himself, giving up 3 runs. And this is a deep fly ball from J.J. Bleday. Straightaway center field. Going back on it is Mike Harris, and he makes a nice running catch at the wall. But not before Oakland puts up 3. They come back with a 3 spot in the bottom of the third. They take a 3-2 lead over the Atlanta Braves. Braves are going to send up Baldwin, Ozuna, and Harris to the plate. 22 is going to be good things for Baldwin. It's a 3 here, so that's going to be a double into the gap in left center field as that rolls all the way to the wall. Baldwin's going to be up at second base. And Marcelo Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna fly out to right field in his first at bat. 34 could be issues for Oakland as he's going to rip one deep to right field off the wall. And a 2-bagger is going to bring home the runner. And that's an RBI double to right field for Ozuna, who ties up the game at 3. Harris to the plate, 13. 13 is going to be a ground out. That goes to shortstop. It'll be 6-3 on the putout as Wilson makes a good throw on Harris. And that brings up Ozzie Albies. Albies batting left-handed against the righty Severino. 25. That'll be a fly ball out to right center field. No error on the play. As the right fielder Butler ranges over and makes the play in right center. Nick Allen to the plate. Allen minus 23 batting runs, just a 221 average, but that defense is enough to keep him in the lineup. Plus defense for him. 56, he's going to go down on strikes as Severino throws a slide piece. And that is it for the Braves. But they do put up one here in the fourth. They tie it up at 3-3 our score as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Schumann, and then back to the top of the order, Wilson and Rooker. 56, that's going to be a K for Chris Sale. Schumann now 0 for 2. Wilson, 13 batting runs, 3.5 WAR in 2025. 44 is going to be a walk. So he's on base with a walk. That's his third time being on base. On base percentage of 355, so he did that a lot. Brent Rooker to the plate. Rooker with a deep one to right field as he pokes it back to the warning track is the right fielder. That is Acuna. He's got enough room as he puts a heel on the warning track and makes the catch, and that will advance the runner. That's out number 2. That one hung up long enough for Wilson to tag up and get to second base. Dangerous play with Acuna's arm out there. But he makes it, and it's going to be Nick Kurtz to the plate. Kurtz is 1 for 2 with a double. 15 for Kurtz will be a ground out as he bounces one to second base. No problem at second for Ozzie. He makes a good throw over to the first baseman Olsen, and that's going to be it for the A's in the bottom of the fourth. So they get a runner to second base. They can't get him around to score. And we go to the top of the fifth. Got a good one here. It is 3-3 as we go to the top of the fifth inning. Jerks and Profar, Matty Olson, and Acuna for the Bravos. A 13 to Profar is going to be a ground out as he smokes one to first base. No problem. Kurtz, who gets up, runs to the bag, and that's going to be out number 1. Matty Olson to the plate. 272 average for Olson. 45 is his home run number. We get a 14. That's going to be a double off of Severino's card as he doubles to straightaway center field. And Olson short hops the wall, and he's in standing up at second base. Brings up Acuna. Acuna already with a home run, 1 for 2. An 11 is nothing off the pitcher card for Acuna. That's going to be a 2-bagger as he laces one into the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Acuna takes a huge round at second base, thinking about 3, but he goes back and settles for the RBI double. The Braves take a 4-3 lead. Ronald Acuna with 42 RBIs in just 95 games. Austin Riley to the plate. Riley not doing too much so far, and he was at a strikeout. He struck out 2 times now as he gets the K from Severino. Got a runner at second base for the rookie Drake Baldwin. 1 already in for the Braves. Baldwin at 55. 55 is going to be a line out or a pop out. So that's a 1. So that's going to be a line out to the third baseman. So he hits it hard the other way. But nice play at third base from Andahar. The Braves put up 1 in the 5th. They're going to take a 4-3 lead over the Oakland A's. The A's send up the middle of the order. It'll be Soderstrom, Langeliers, and Butler against my man, Chris Sale. Chris Sale, 20 games started, 7-5 record, 2.58 ERA. Just 125 innings pitched, but he missed a month or 2 with the rib injury. So 25 is going to be a fly ball. That's out to center field. Let's check the error. No error on Money Mike in center, and that's going to be out number 1. Soderstrom now 1 for 3. Langeliers to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. 15 could be good for him, but it's not. That's going to be a ground out to second base, we said, right? So we'll go 4-3 on the putout. And last hope for the A's is Lawrence Butler against the lefty Sale. Butler 1 for 2. 45, that is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to straightaway center field. And Mike Harris there A can of corn is going to end the 5th, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Sale. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It is 4-3 Braves over the Oakland A's. We are at 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. Severino can go 24, so maybe this will be his last inning here. I've got the bullpens all lined up with players I could use. Ozuna, the thing that we have to do is once we hit there, he goes out for the next inning and he's past his stamina, then we have to bump him down 1 column. So we'd have to find somebody. I'll just find another pitcher. 6 innings seems about right for most pitchers these days, so it'll be okay. 12 to Marcel. 12 is going to be a ground out, and that goes to the shortstop. That'll be Jacob Wilson making the play. Ozuna now 1 for 3. Get an RBI double his last at bat. Harris to the plate. He's got an 0 for day. He reached on an error. He also grounded out. 26 is going to be another ground out. This one goes to the shortstop. Wilson busy this inning. He makes a good throw across the diamond, and that's the second time he has gotten Harris. Last chance here for the Braves, a 36. It's going to be a fly ball from Ozzie Albies, poked down the left field line. Hustling over to the line is Soderstrom, and he's going to make the catch just inside fair territory. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Severino as he empties the tank in his final inning. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Sale's still out there. He can go 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 24. He can go 24. So we're going to give him this inning as well before he would have to bump down. It doesn't mean we got to take him out. He's a top level pitcher, so he could just bump down to the next level, to a level 2 pitcher. Probably be okay. So we get Andahar, Blade, and Schumann for Oakland, bottom of the order. Sale against Andahar, 1 for 2. I guess Andahar against Sale. Right-handed batter, he's got a 45. A 45 is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to straightaway left field. No problem in left for Profar, who makes the catch. Next up is J.J. Blade. Blade had a double in his first at-bat, flew out in his second at-bat, and here 15 will be a single. So a double and a single as he bounces one through the box into center field. And that's going to be a runner on with 1 out. A 34 is going to be a double as he rips one into center field. It was hit really hard, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. Nice play in center field from Money Mike, holds everybody, and we are going to have Wilson come to the plate. Wilson's been on base 3 times. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk. A 36 for the first time. He's going to make an out. That's a fly ball to right field, and that will be out number 2. Nobody's running on a medium fly ball to right, not on Acuna. So Brett Rooker to the plate. Brent Rooker. A 12 is going to be a bouncer to third. A little slow chopper that Riley comes in. Bare hands it, makes a good throw. And that is an excellent play to end the 6th. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. It is 4-3 Braves. And let's get a new pitcher here for Oakland. All right, a new pitcher is going to be Sean Newcomb. He was a former Brave prospect as well. 3.22 Sierra, 1.75 ERA in 51 innings. So that was something the Braves were hoping for many years ago. And they got that Sean Newcomb a couple times in a couple of games, but didn't get it enough to keep him. So he is going to replace Severino. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts for Luis Severino. Newcomb is going to be facing off against Allen, and then back to the top of the order with Profar and Olsen. Nick Allen is 1 for 2. He had a triple and a run scored. He might do it again, but he's going to strike out. So, and that will be a strikeout swing as Newcomb gets him on the slider down and in. Tough pitch for most players, and Newcomb's got it. Jurickson Profar to the plate. Profar is 0 for 3, a 12. That's going to be a bouncer to, we'll call that to shortstop. A little slow roller that Jacob Wilson fields, sets his feet, throws a strike, and gets Profar by an eyelash. And it's going to be Olson to the plate. Olson is 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a run scored. And a 36 will be a fly ball. This one's hit out to straightaway right field. No problem in right for Butler. That should be 2. That should be 3. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Nuke Lelouch, Sean Newcomb. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're going to leave Chris Sale in there. He's going out past his stamina. So he's at 27, 28, 29. He can only go 24 before we have to make some changes. So let's find someone, and this is sort of how I typically like to do it. So we got to find somebody who's got some between a 3.5 and, so I'm not bringing Pierce Johnson in. I'm just using his card. You need to have somebody between a 3.5 and a 4.25. So if I have my cards, I could just use that. If I have my, what do you call it? Pocket edition. But I just find somebody who is. You can see the difference here between the two cards. So you can show that. You can see the difference there. So he doesn't affect the 33. And then here, the double on 22 is a guaranteed. So he prevents the triple. So that's a little bit different. Not too much different, though. Still, and then there's no strikeout on a 26. So with the top end pitchers, they get 3 strikeouts guaranteed. So it's a little bit different. All right, Nick Kurtz into the game. He is 1 for 3. Grounded out his last at bat. He's facing off against Chris Sale, 56. That's going to be a K, regardless how you slice it. And that's going to be out number 1 as Kurtz goes down. Hopefully this makes sense to you. I know I'm showing you a different card there. That's just kind of how I like to play it. You could keep it off to the side if you wanted to, which maybe that's a little bit less jarring for me to just keep that off to the side and look at it. So Tyler Soderstrom against Chris Sale. I just don't want you to get freaked out if I don't do anything on the 33 or whatever. 14 to Soderstrom is going to be a single as he hits one past the first baseman into right field, getting over quickly. Sorry, that's just a single. Getting over quickly is Ronald Acuna, and he's going to hold Tyler Soderstrom to a single. The left fielder is now 2 for 4. Coming to the plate is Shea Langoliers. Langoliers 1 for 3. He had an RBI single back in the 3-run 3rd inning, which seems like a distant memory at this point. But 46 will be a double play or a strikeout. Now we have 1 out with a runner at first base, and so that's going to be rolled up for a 6-4-3 double play. So this will be out number 2 as he is out on the fielder's choice, and out number 3. So just what the doctor ordered for Chris Sale, might even get him into the 8th inning. We'll see. It's just a 1-run lead here, 4-3, and the cautious manager in me says don't take him out there for the 8th, but we'll see. Sean Newcomb's going to stay out there for 1 more. Acuna, Riley, and Baldwin. Newcomb could go 6, and so you could conceivably get 2 or 3 innings out of him. He had 36 games pitched, 51 innings, so that means he was going almost 2 innings quite frequently. so not a big deal. 24. 24 to Ronald Acuna is going to be a strikeout. So nobody on base. We're going to get a strikeout swinging. That's the first out of the inning. Acuna struck out twice. He's now 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. It's had a big game, including a home run. Austin Riley to the plate, 45 to Riley, is going to be a fly ball that goes down the left field line. It hangs up in left field for Soderstrom, who gets there near the line and makes the catch. And that's going to bring up Drake Baldwin. Baldwin is 1 for 3. 34 could be good things for him. In fact, it's a home run chance or a strikeout if it's an 8 or 9. It's a 6, and that's going to be bombs away to right center field as he connects on a breaking pitch. And do it to him, young man. As he hits a solo bomb here in the 8th, Drake Baldwin with 19 homers and 80 RBIs out of the catcher spot. Marcell Ozuna, he hits one high and deep down the right field line. Into the corner goes Butler, and Butler is going to make the catch just into foul territory. And we'll call that F9 on the putout. But the Braves do get one in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 4-3 Atlanta. We're going to go the smart way. We're going to put in Dylan Lee. So our bridge is Lee to Iglesias. Pierce Johnson, we didn't actually use. We just used his card. So hopefully that makes sense with using. You got to find a player who is in the range that you need to drop the pitcher down to, but you can keep starting pitchers in past their stamina. That's just the sort of the stamina rule. Other people have homebrew stamina rules that they want to put in there. Let me put you on hold and I'll figure out this finishing line for Chris Sale. All right, so the finishing line for Chris Sale, 7 innings, 12 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts for the big lefty. Dylan Lee comes into the game, 2.85 Sierra, 3.29 ERA, so victim maybe of some bad luck or some little dinker hits. Whip under 1, 29% K percentage, just a 5% walk percentage. So home runs per 9, though, got banged around a little bit. 13 homers in 74 or 68 innings pitched is a little uncharacteristic for Dylan Lee, but typically really solid out of the bullpen. Lefty who can get right-handers and left-handers out equally. He'll be facing off against Butler, Andahar, and Blade for the Oakland Athletics. They used to be the Oakland Athletics. This time they're just called the Athletics. So I looked that up. What did I need to put on the card? And it just says the Athletics. So that's where they are right now. They're transitioning from Oakland to Las Vegas. And in a couple of years, they'll be the Vegas A's. But it is Lawrence Butler right now. Butler is 1 for 3. Left-handed right fielder. Butler bigger than I thought. I always thought he's kind of a small guy, but boy, you see him, he looks like Ellie De La Cruz out there. He's massive. He is going to drill one to right center field. On his horse is Money Mike, and Mike is going to make the catch near the warning track on the run, and he steals a hit away from Lawrence Butler. A 35 to Andahar. Andahar 1 for 3 with an RBI single. A 35 is going to be a strikeout. So Dylan Lee gets him with a slide piece down and in. Strikeout number 2. JJ Blade to the plate. Blade a lefty. Lefty matchup. 2 for... Do we have a better matchup? Maybe. Let me put you on hold. I'll see if there's a better matchup in center field. All right, so we're going to pinch hit Denzel Clark. Clark, 47 games, 148 at-bats, 230 average, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. He's a righty who hits basically from the same column. He's going to give you plus defense, really plus, and plus speed. So let's see if this can turn the tide for Oakland. I'm going to call him Oakland without shame, just like I talk about the Sears Tower, even though it's the Willis Tower. It's just kind of how things are going to go for a while. 23 is going to be a ground out. That goes to the shortstop. Big Nick at short is going to make a good throw across the diamond. And nice quick release. Gets his man at first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Lee. As we head to the top of the 9th inning, the A's trying to get 3 more outs, get themselves a chance to win. They're going to bring in the man of the hour, Mason Miller. They're going to treat this like a closing situation. And why not? They've got the bats to do it, and they're all going to be coming up in the next inning. So Mason Miller, 257 Sierra. If you don't know much about Sierra, you should look it up. It is sort of a newish stat. You can see it's similar to FIP, but it takes more into account than just 3 outcomes. So it's more about pitching styles and things like that. It tries to maybe become more of a, man, I don't know how you talk about it, but it's a little softer than FIP because it takes into account whether you're a ground ball pitcher or a fly ball pitcher or different types of pitching styles as opposed to just hardcore strikeouts, walks, that kind of thing. So 38 innings pitched, 59 Ks, 376 ERA, but a 257 FIP again. Or Sierra, again, another guy victimized by maybe some bad defense. High walk rate here, which is, I think, uncharacteristic for him, but a 102 FIP because of all the strikeouts. So 39%, nobody's hitting the ball too much. Only 21 hits in 38 innings. But he does have the 12% strikeout rate. Doesn't give up too many home runs, and had 20 saves in 2025, the season that just ended. So let's get Miller into the game. It's Miller time, as they might say. It'll be Harris, Albies, and Allen. For Sean Newcomb, who came into the game, he gives up 1 hit in 2 innings. 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So nice relief appearance for him. And it will be Money Mike to the plate. Mike Harris, 249 average, 20 homers, 86 RBIs. And he has to face off against the 100-plus heat of Mason Miller. Miller now a Padre. 33 is going to be a single. Normally it would be a ground out, but he gets a single as Mike hits one up the middle past the second baseman into center field. And he's on at first. He has a 6 for his stealing, but we're going to let Ozzie Albies see if he can knock him in. A 25 will be a fly out. That goes to left field, hustling over to the line. Coming in hard is Soderstrom, and he will make the catch on the run. Nice catch in left for Tyler Soderstrom. That's going to keep the runner at first base. And Nick Allen to the plate. Actually, let's get a pinch hitter for Nick Allen. Let's see if we can get a little pop into the game. A new pinch hitter is going to be Sean Murphy coming off the bench, former Oakland A himself. And he's got a -1 batting runs, 199 average, but he did have 16 homers and 45 RBIs this past season. Missed a lot of time, but he's got a little pop off the bat. 45 is going to be a fly out as he hits one. That's a can of corn to center field. And that will be out number 2 is it's now Clark out there in center field who makes the catch. And it'll be Jerks and Profar to the plate, left fielder. 245 average, 14 homers, 43 RBIs, but he did only play in 80 games. He's going to bounce one to third base. A little tapper coming in hard is third baseman. That is Andahar, scoops, throws, and gets his man at first, and that's going to be out number 3. So the Braves get one on in the 9th, and they can't get him around to score. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Raisel Iglesias time. We're going to put Ha-Seong Kim in at the shortstop position. So let's go ahead and do that. I suppose we could have done that without putting Murphy in. So Kim will come in to play short in the 9th. He is a righty. He's going to show up right here, and we'll get his stats in there if we need them. He's a plus fielder, I think. Check that out. He is a -1/+3. Be helpful to have that. So you get a better hitter, same kind of fielder, same kind of runner as Nick Allen. That's one of the reasons they had him in there playing at the end of the year. All right. It will be Schumann, and then back to the top of the order with Wilson and Rooker. Let me look around and see if there's a better hitter than Schumann. All right. New pinch hitter is going to be Colby Thomas. Thomas, a right fielder, outfielder. -3 batting runs, -2 on his defense, and a 4.7 for his speed. 225 average, 6 homers, 19 RBIs in 120 at-bats. He'll be facing off against Raisel Iglesias, 3.17 Sierra. He can go 4 batters. He's a righty, and he had 29 saves after the first part of the season. I don't think anybody would have thought he would finish with almost 30 saves, but he did. He was really strong in August and September. He replaces Dylan Lee. The lefty goes 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, and a K. So a hold for Lee, and Iglesias going for the save here. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it is 5-3. And let's see if Thomas can get things started here for the Athletics. A 24 is not going to get it done, as he is going to strike out looking. Nasty from Iglesias. And back to the top of the order with Jacob Wilson. Wilson, the son of Jack Wilson, I believe. He is 2 for 3. A couple singles and a walk. A 12 is not going to get it done, as he bounces one. A little tapper back to the pitcher, no problem for Iglesias, who jogs over to first, underhands it, and that's going to be out number 2. Brent Rooker is the last hope. 262 average, 30 homers, 89 RBIs, a 45. He gives this one a ride. That's going to be a single. Into right field, has Acuna thought about diving for it, but decided not to. He gets it on a hop, and Rooker is going to be at first base. Rooker just a speed of 4. Nobody's going to be running in front of Nick Kurtz. The tying run is at the plate with 2 outs and a 25. He's going to lift this one out to center field, and under it is Mike Harris, and Money Mike with the catch. He is going to put this one away, and the Braves are going to take this one in Oakland as they win by a score of 5-3 over the Athletics. They're not in Oakland, actually. They're in Sacramento. So, Sac Town. All right, let me put you on hold. I'll come back with all of the final numbers, I guess is how I'll say it. let me put everything together. All right, and we are back with the final totals. It's Atlanta 5, Oakland 3. Actually, I should just call them the Aths. So the Aths are 3. 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. For the Athletics, it's 3 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors, as Chris Sale did a good job of sprinkling hits but not giving up runs. He did have a kind of a rough 3rd inning here with 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 5 hits in the inning. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the inning? Gave up 3 runs, all of them singles, some of them cheapies, some of them not. And he wound up surviving as he shut down the Athletics for 7 innings, 12 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. Iglesias comes in for 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, a strikeout, and gets the save. The hold is going to go to Dylan Lee, who basically had the same line. The Athletics bullpen came in and did an admirable job. They gave him 3 innings, just 1 run. Sean Newcomb gave up a home run to Baldwin. 2 for 4 on the day with a homer and an RBI. Our player of the game is going to go to Ronald Acuna. Acuna with a home run and a double, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Also threw in a couple of strikeouts just for good measure. And that's how this one's going to end. So this is the 2025 set for On Base Baseball. You can see that it plays just like everybody else's baseball game. It's nothing different. You get people doing the things that they do, playing the way that they do. Just give it a try. Stop listening to everybody. Just give it a try. If you're negatively influenced by people talking about this game, go and download the 1941. You get the entire season, 1941. So you get Ted Williams, and that's Joe DiMaggio's, hits record and consecutive games with a hit. And just go try it. Go try the game. You'll see that the game plays out exactly like every other baseball game plays out. It's based off of sabermetric stats, so if you're digging that, go try it out. Download at the free section at clarkandaddisongaming.com. Click on that big green button in the top right, and then click on the free section down the left side, and you'll find the 1941 season set, totally free. You'll get the cards. You'll get roster sheet sets if you don't want to print out all the cards. You just want to print out the names. And basically, you would transfer the batting, defense, and speed, just like I've done here. You would transfer that to this sheet. I didn't have to do that. It's nice to have the defense and speed without having to flip through the cards. So that's why I do it myself. But you don't have to do that. This score sheet is specially made so that it has batting, defense, and speed, along with their position and how they hit. I guess if you know their numbers, you can put that in there. But this is made for at-bats. So you can see I'm just going down first at bat, second at bat, third at bat, fourth at bat. I also have an inning by inning score sheet that comes with the game as well. So when you download all the files, you'll get the game guide, you'll get the score sheets, you'll get the player cards, you'll get the player roster sheets. So you get everything you need to play it. You'll get the game engine chart that comes with it. So if you're just transferring the data to the score sheet, you'll need the game engine chart because it has all of these things that are on the cards. These are actually columns on the game engine chart. So it plays exactly the same. It's just different components that you need to play the game. And you may find it better that you have a list, a spreadsheet. You can simply print that out and put it into a binder, and then you'll have all of those in one binder. Or you can do traditional cutting out cards. These come 6 to a sheet. No, 8 to a sheet. They come 8 to a sheet. There's 100 and something sheets, for the entire league. They are separated out by team. So if you just want to, there's no mixing anymore of the teams. So I'm separating out the teams for this. So if you want to only print out one team, you can just print out one team. Yeah, it's very clearly marked where, just pages 3 through 5. That's the team. And then you can print out as many of those cards as you want. I have not printed out the last page for each of these teams because those are full of guys who got into 2 games and had 6 at-bats, that kind of stuff. So I know that I'm not going to be using them for a gameplay here. So I just didn't print them out. And I have all the players that I need. In fact, I've got a bunch of guys. A bunch of guys to choose from. These guys down here at the bottom, 16 games, 47 at bats. Brujan, Fraley came in late, 9 games. Brujan came in late, 24 games. So, Sandy Leon just 5 games, 12 at bats. So I haven't even printed out the last page, and I've got guys who are sort of there. Everybody that got at least one plate appearance is going to get into the card set. Every pitcher that faced at least one batter is going to get into the card set, and that includes that there are position players who have a pitching card, relief pitching card. So if you want Kike Hernandez to be out on the mound throwing a couple innings, you can do that. And there are pitchers who came into the game to pinch hit. And so you're going to see some pitchers. I don't have them here. They would be on that last sheet. But there are some pitchers that actually got in and got some plate appearances. So those show up as well. And they'll have a hitting card, and it'll say P for pitcher. So you'll see those also within the set. I see those kind of pop up every once in a while as they come through. But they get given a batting number, a defense, a speed, everything, and you can use those as you want to. So if you want to do a true blue replay, you are going to be able to do that. There might be the 1 to 5 instances in the entire Major League Baseball where you don't have the right guy. But honestly, it's kind of easy to find these numbers. It's not very difficult. I only charge you because I take the time to make the cards. The game engine itself and all that kind of stuff is actually in the free section. So if you download the DIY kit, and once you have the DIY kit, you can go out and get the numbers yourself. You can put together draft leagues or do whatever you want to do. And you can also mix and match the game engine charts. So if we wanted to put these players from 2025 in the 1980s, we could just download the 1980s game engine chart, play that out, and be good to go with that. So if there's something that you've seen me play or something that you've seen somewhere and you don't have access to that, you can always email me at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com and we can see if we can get you some of those files. There might be some of the game engine charts that are not available. So if you want a particular era, you can email me if you can't find it on the website. And that'll also help me to know what is there and what's not there. So I'm going to finish this one out. I got to get going, but hopefully you go out and you pick this up. You can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, look in the new releases section. It's right near the top of the page. 2025 season set is there. Just $15. You get over 1,800 carded players. You also get the roster sheets with all those players. You get the score sheets, the 2 different kinds of score sheets. I like this one because if you're doing totals, you could total everything up over here. But on the inning by inning, this part is gone. So it's just all the innings. Up to, 11 or 12, probably 12 innings. This is what we have up here. And then you'll get the full game guide. Full color game guide explains everything about how you can play. Next up for this game is going to be the Pocket Edition. If you look on the website about halfway down the page, you'll see links to the Pocket Edition. That's a print and play product that we have, and basically it takes the roster sheets and puts them into a card format, like a deck of cards. Let me get one to show you. All right, here is the 1986 set. So you can see you get a nice tuck box here. It's called the Pocket Edition. You see that here. And it comes in a nice little package. You open it up. And then all the cards fit nicely in there. You can see that all the rules and instructions for how to play the game are there. Just quick reminders. So the box is the instruction sheet, and it's also the box. And then each of the cards comes like this. So you have the game engine chart. So just like I told you, this stuff here is on a card. So this is the 1980s. So this is going to look a little bit different than these here. In fact, you can see the difference here. So we got more strikeouts than we do in the 80s, just 2 strikeouts there. And then the pitchers in the 80s have a walk there that the pitchers in the 2020s don't. So you have all of your pitching cards. You have all your batting cards. So you can see these are all if you're familiar with the game engine chart, you'll be familiar with these ranges here. But basically all the same stuff that's here is here. And then you have your team cards. So you can see all the teams here represented. This is the 1980s, 1986 Pirates. You see Barry Bonds here. Now the people in red, the players in red, represent the most used starting lineup. So if you want to just pull out and play Pirates versus Mariners, you can just take the lineup in red and you can put them into a lineup. That's 1 through 9. You're going to have to decide, does Morrison play second base or shortstop, or what does he play, maybe third base? Do you put Johnny Ray at third or to second base? So maybe Jim Morrison played third base. You might have to look that up just to see what what it would be. Rafael Belliard is going to be a shortstop. Does Johnny Ray play second or third? These are their most played positions, just like we have here for the cards. But basically, this is your starting lineup, 1 through 9, and then these are going to be your most used backup players. So Mike Brown and Mike Diaz are sort of their first two off the bench, and then it goes down from there. And you have their batting, defense, and speed. And then basically you just take these numbers here, you transfer them to the score sheet. You could also play straight off of here if you wanted to. And then I like to just have all of the 1, 2, 3, 4 cards here just straight up. And then whatever pitcher for the who's pitching for the home team up top and the away team at the bottom. If they're using the same card, you just have one card. And then that way you have 4 up with the pitchers, and you can just kind of play everything that way, just similar to what I have here. And then you just play through the game as normal. So once you learn the rules of the game, it's super easy. In fact, I put 90% of the rules on this sheet here. So you can see on the ground outs, I was struggling with that. 7 or 8 is shortstop. So 6, 7, 8 goes to the shortstop, and 9 goes to the second baseman. So I was right about that. But if you have a fly ball, if you're wondering, how does he know where the fly ball is going and who it's going to? Well, on that D9 roll, 1 to 3 is left field, 4 to 6 is center, 7 to 9 is right. I even like to say 1 is down the line in left field, 2 is straight away, 3 is into the gap, caught by the left fielder, 4 in the gap, caught by the center fielder, 5 straight away, 6 in right center, etc. So, and then if the outcome is a line out to the catcher, then you change it to a P2. So you can actually have a line out to the catcher. If there are multiple outcomes, we talk about that, how to get those, and then just sort of generally how to do it. This is how to do error checks in the game. What do you do with long singles? And then what do you do with stealing and extra bases? And so this entire box just kind of unfolds, you can see. And then when you're ready to put everything back, you simply put the cards together. We don't need that. I didn't show you the back of the cards. So the back of the cards, I showed you the hitters, but I didn't show you the pitchers. So you can see the pitchers here. So the starting pitchers are in red, and they go from the pitcher with the most starts down to the pitcher with the fewest. Actually, it's by batters faced. So the pitchers with the most batters faced are at the top. Same thing with the relief pitchers. These are your top relievers at the top, and they kind of go down to the bottom. You're given their stamina, and you're given their FIP. Bob Gibson pitched for the 86 Brewers. I did not know that. So you learn all kinds of fun things like that. So you have their stamina down here. It wasn't a good time. Let's see. Had a 6 FIP. But all of the pitchers are on one side. All the batters are on the other side for each team. So you get every team. You get up to, there are 18 slots for the batters, and there are 18 slots for the pitchers. So you get the top 18 batters and the top 18 pitchers. I tried to give you as many of the starting pitchers as possible because I know that is a little bit more important than the relievers because you want to be able to, especially if you're doing a replay, to have the starts for the appropriate starters. So if you ever need to go and look things up, you can always go onto Fangraphs. You can find any of this data that you need. All you really need to find out is the batting runs, defense, and speed. All you need to find out for the pitchers is their Sierra and their stamina, and then put that onto the sheet, and you're good to go. So that is On Base Pocket Edition. That'll be coming for the 2025 season soon. And if you need to take care of that, then if you want that one, then you'll just have to wait a little bit. It takes me a little bit of time to do that. So I'll leave it at that. The Braves win this one by a score of 5-3. Go out and buy this set. It's only $15. You get all of the stuff, plus a lot more players, 1,800 players, and all in PDF. It gets delivered immediately to your email. You can immediately download it right after you purchase. You can use PayPal. You can use a credit card. So we have multiple payment options on the website. Everything happens super smooth. If you ever have any issues with downloading things, don't use Edge. And well, if you use Edge and you're having a hard time, just use a different browser. Oftentimes that will work. Use Chrome or Firefox or something like that. You can also go back to your email. There should be a download link in your email, and maybe that will help things as well. All right. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That's a real easy way to support what I'm doing here. And if you are interested in any other games of mine, Precision Baseball is a really great one. Very detailed, very different than this. We have a quick play baseball game that's super awesome with like 3 different game modes. So you can check those out at clarkandaddisongaming.com. Lots of seasons for on-base baseball, not just 2025. We have classic seasons like 1986, 1980, 1972. There are some older seasons there that you can go through. 1980 is in there. Maybe I said that one. But 1991, 1998, there's lots of different seasons that you can purchase at this point. I'm also working on 2000. That's like a dinky project that I've just kind of not, I'll just keep it on the back burner, but I'm working on the cards for 2000, the 2000 season, and that would be one. So the Y2K season for Major League Baseball. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.